Thank you, English. Book 21. Rahab hid the spies. Joshua sent 2 spies to Jericho. They stayed at Rahab's house. But people knew that the spies had come. People said to Rahab,
"Get your guests out!"
They left already! Rahab said to spies hiding on the roof, I know that God gave this land to you. People here are afraid of you. The spies said to Rahab,
"Put a red rope on the window. And stay in the house with your families." We'll save people in this house.
At night, the spies ran away through the window. Thank you, English. Book 22. The War at Jericho. The walls of Jericho were big and high. God said,
Walk around the city once a day. On the 7th day, walk around 7 times. And blow the trumpet.
Israel did what God said. It became the last day. They walked around 7 times and blew the trumpet. And they shouted loudly. Guess what happened? The walls broke down. Israel easily took the city of Jericho.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Yay! Woohoo!
And Rahab's family was safe. Thank you, English. Book 23. Gibeon's Lie. Israel took the land of Canaan more and more. The people of Gibeon were afraid of Israel. So they made a trick.
Let's lie that we are from afar.
They wore old clothes and took sour bread. And they went to Joshua and said,
We don't want to fight with you!
Joshua believed them. But they were living right next.
Why did you lie to us?
Joshua asked.
We were afraid of you!
Joshua saved them because of his promise. Thank you, English. Book 24. Samson lost his power. God gave Samson a special power. He was very strong. Enemies couldn't beat him. Samson fell in love with Delilah. Delilah wanted to know the secret of Samson's power. But Samson didn't tell the truth.
You don't love me!
Delilah got angry.
If I cut my hair, I lose power.
Samson finally told a secret. I know where Samson's power comes from. While Samson was asleep, a man cut his hair. Samson was taken to the enemy. People put chains on him and made him blind. But his hair began to grow again.
God, please give me power one more time!
The temple crashed down, killing all the enemies. Thank you, English. Book 25. Naomi and Ruth. There was no food in Israel. Naomi moved away with her family. Naomi's 2 sons got married there. But both her husband and sons died. Go back to your homes, Naomi said to Ruth.
Huh?
I'm going with you,
said Ruth. Naomi returned home with Ruth. The people in her hometown were harvesting. Ruth picked up grains from Boaz's field. Ruth took good care of Naomi. Ruth married Boaz and lived happily. They had a son. They named him Obed. Thank you, English. Book 26. God called Samuel. Samuel had served God since young. He lived with priest Eli in the temple. One night, someone called Samuel.
Samuel! Samuel!
He thought Eli called him, but it wasn't.
No!
Eli knew who called Samuel.
Samuel! Samuel!
God, speak to me. I'll listen.
Samuel said as Eli taught him. Then God spoke to him. Since then, Samuel heard the voice of God. Later, God made Samuel a prophet. Thank you, English. Book 27. Saul became king. Israel wanted a king. God spoke to Samuel. They're not turning back on you. They want a king, not me. I will make Saul king. Saul was a tall and good-looking boy. Samuel gathered people and cast lots. Saul was picked. But he was not there.
Huh?
He hid among the stuff. God told Samuel. People found him and brought him. Oh. Samuel made Saul king. Everyone in Israel was very pleased.
Long live the king!
Thank you, English. Book 28. God's chosen man, David. King Saul didn't listen to God. So God chose a new person to be king. His name was David. Samuel went to David's house. His father and brothers were in the house. Samuel met all 7 brothers. But God said, "It's not them."
Do you have all your sons here?
Samuel asked.
The youngest is keeping the sheep in the field.
David came back home.
Oh.
"He is the one," said God. God was always with David. Thank you, English. Book 29. David and Goliath. The Philistine army came to Israel. There was a giant, Goliath, in the army. He said bad things to God. But no one could fight him. David's brothers were afraid of Goliath too. Then David said,
I'll fight!
You're too young.
King Saul stopped him.
I kept the sheep from lions and bears! God will watch over me!
Brave David took a sling and 5 stones. And he threw it at Goliath. The stone hit on Goliath's forehead, and he fell.
Victory!
Thank you, English. Book 30. Saul envied David. David lived at the king's house. David married Saul's daughter, Michal. And he became close friends with Saul's son, Jonathan.
David! David!
Everyone liked him.
David! David!
Saul envied David.
David may take my place. Ah!
Saul was afraid of David.
Kill David!
He ordered his men. David, run away!
Huh?
Michal and Jonathan helped David. God kept David safe through people. Thank you, English.